Welcome to this week's video. This is a bit of a quick one. The big event is selling my RSX. Other than that, I also tidied up my shop and got some new tires on the Crown Vic that I'm super excited about.
Well, if you saw last week's video, you know I got a new toy. So today we're going to try a little bit of a different camera angle. Because why not? So yesterday I took my Crown Vic over to the tire shop to get these new tires swapped over. They're Mickey Thompson BAJA Bosses. I also had a couple other things to take care of, such as a flat in the winter tires and a flat in the Volvo's tire. So first things first, we're going to throw this Volvo's tire back onto the Volvo. And then I'll show you around the Crown Vic's new tires, because those things are nice tires. Yes, before you ask, those are to spec. This might be the most unnecessary use of a drone ever, but check these things out. Look at all the tread on them, they're nice. This means the tires are not my limiting factor. Other parts will break instead, so that's good, right? Well, these things are super beefy. I'm super excited to not really have to worry near as much about flats, not to mention the added traction capability. Now, there's just one thing left. Get all the winter tires into the shop. I'm excited to see what those tires can do later in the season, take that thing out there. I do have a question though. Is it bad if the tires make up 1/3 of the value of your vehicle? I think it might be.
After something like 7 years of ownership, I finally sold my RSX. Parting with this thing was very bittersweet. It was time to move on. I had lost interest in the car, but the car has also taken me through a lot of stuff, including a large portion of my second relationship, as well as all 4 to 5 years of college that I did, including taking me back and forth across Washington State many times, and a lengthy road trip to a bunch of national parks in 2018. The fact is, I don't need a practical hatchback that's also fun anymore. I have multiple cars. I can own a fun car and something a little more practical like the Volvo or the Loyale. So I think due to that, and just due to the many issues that it had, some definitely caused by yours truly, I was just done owning it. The guy I sold it to, he seemed like he had lots of experience fixing up cars and really seemed like he'd put the time into it, which makes me very happy to see it go to someone who's gonna care about it and put time into it. Here I've got the last video I'll probably ever take of it, and then just after that I'll give you some of my thoughts in the moment.
Well, that is really bittersweet. I had that car for 6 or 7 years. It got me through college, got me through a lot. It was truly time to move on. I didn't have the enthusiasm or the drive to put enough time into it as what needed to be done. And this guy really seemed like he did, and he wanted to fix it up, and that makes me really glad that it's going to a caring home where maybe it'll live on to see a few more days. And the money that I got from it allows me to put some money into my other cars that I'm having more fun with right now, so. But it really still is bittersweet.
All right, so over the past 3 weekends, I've gone camping every time, and that really hasn't left me any time to take care of my own stuff here at home. And so I need to organize. There's a bunch of stuff that's just kind of not put away, and then there's a bunch of stuff that I've gotten that doesn't yet have a home. And so today we're gonna take care of that and try and find some things homes. Guess I'll get started. Enjoy the time lapse. So you might have been watching the time lapse wondering what the heck I was doing over here, and I'm gonna try and explain. I don't really know myself yet, but these little pulley systems have been up here since I've been in the place. I don't really put heavy stuff up there. As you can see, I just use it for like old boxes, like TV boxes. And I was wondering if it would make a good bike lift so I could hang the bike. And actually it worked better than I expected. These pulleys aren't very well designed, or they were improperly installed, because there's currently no way to release the lock without climbing up there. I think I can fix that though with a little bit of twine or something. But I'm thinking if I use that one and this one, then we might actually get somewhere. And hey, if you're doing this, you're riding a tandem, so you probably have 2 people. Each one can operate each rope. Yeah, I knew that was a risk. Yeah, that seems doable. If there's ever an earthquake here, I would not suggest standing right here. Working with what I already have here, what the other owners put in here. Not too bad. I don't love it, but I also don't really hate it. Yeah, that's just so much nicer. Now I should be able to put my shadow. Well, let's start it up and see where it's nice to park. The issue that you're hearing is that it's just very reluctant to rev when it's still cold. All right, don't tell the state patrol that I'm riding without a helmet. See, I come home, I just pull it into here, just like that probably. You could still get a car in there, but the bike's not hard to get out. And that also means that we can move the Goldwing up a little bit. Oh God, oh God. Oh, I really wish this thing started as easy as the other one. That does give me a little less space to work around vehicles in this bay, unfortunately. I don't really see any other way to do it. These are something I'm kind of excited for. They're a light bar mount, but they're suction cup, kind of like that bike rack that I have that I've never shown you, so I don't know why I'm mentioning it. But essentially you just bolt the light bar up to the suction cup and then you can wire in a connector to any car or something, or just even use alligator clamps, I suppose. And then I could have like a light bar on the Subaru or the Volvo without having to, drill any holes in the roof or anything. I forgot the Volvo, now that it's warm outside and when it's like toasty in the car, it kind of smells like smoke. It doesn't really bother me, but I thought I'd just run this thing in it for a bit more. This is an ozone generator. This also sort of gives us a good idea how much space we have around a car if we were to put one in here. And it's actually not bad, even with the motorcycles there, so. All right, let's get this thing set up in here. Well, I think that's it for me for the week. I do have a couple of projects that I'm excited for cooking. One of them being those light bars, but another one being a 3D printed lift kit for this car here. I am very skeptical, but worst case scenario seems to be that the lift kit would just uninstall itself if it breaks. So I've got to get working on that, and you should see that in the next couple of weeks. Oh, and I forgot to mention, one of the reasons this week's video isn't terribly long is because I was at a soccer game yesterday. I went and saw the Spokane Velocity. It's a good game, 1-1, went to a kickoff, which I don't love that part of soccer. It should just be overtime like every other sport, but hey, still a good game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe hit the subscribe button if you want to see what I'm up to in the future. If you liked this video in particular, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, well, leave a comment, tell me what to do better. See you next week.